vibe. Tune in, catch the topic. Get the tea. Ain't no shallow waters over here, we get deep. You sensitive, easy to offend, you need to flee. But them tough conversations gonna be happening. Bossfest podcast, they hold it down. Wednesday, 7 Eastern, man, it's going down. Tell a friend, and y'all gather round. Get active in the comments, don't get lost in the crowd. Hey, what's happening? It's your man DJ Bush. I had to show love to Kevin and Edwina, Bossfest Butlers. Y'all know what time it is, the Bossfest podcast. But you already know what we live in. Boss Life. Bossfest, the Bossfest podcast. Each and every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, guaranteed to get you right. Bossfest, the Bossfest podcast. They might make you laugh, make you mad, make you cry. Either way it go, it's a vibe. It seems like everybody want to be a boss these days. Everybody want to be a boss till it's time to pay out, you feel me, till it's time to pay that boss cost. They ain't trying to have them tough conversations, ain't trying to put in them extra hours, catching that windfall money, dealing with folks not being consistent. Don't get me started on the lack of sleep, but you know what they say. Boss Life. Bossfest, the Bossfest podcast. Each and every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, guaranteed to get you right. Bossfest, the Bossfest podcast. They might make you laugh, make you mad, make you cry. Either way it go, it's a vibe. Tune in, catch the topic, get the tea. Ain't no shallow waters over here, we get deep. You sensitive, easy to offend, you need to flee. But them tough conversations gonna be happening. Bossfest podcast, they hold it down. Wednesday, 7 Eastern, man, it's going down. Tell a friend, and y'all gather round. Get active in the comments, don't get lost in the crowd. Hey, what's happening? It's your man DJ Bush. I had to show love.
Hey, happy Wednesday to everyone. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. We are back with another Boss Fest podcast. I, Edwina.
What's up?
Oh, Lord.
What?
We don't miss a beat with the sound now, do we?
We do. I think we in there.
Y'all let us know how it's sounding. 'Cause if y'all pay attention to the podcast, y'all already know.
Don't do that to me. It's been a long one.
Has it? Today is Wednesday.
Man, it's been a long one.
Did you introduce yourself?
Oh, yeah, I'm Kevin. Yeah, I'm Kevin.
All right, so we got a thumbs up on the sound, so I appreciate letting us know the sound is good. I guess I will not give the sound guy too much today, but you all right?
I'm still tired, boss. Damn, can I be tired?
I mean, it's
Man, listen, I'm still recovering. I just say.
I don't know what to say. So this so just a recap of Boss Fest. So you guys have been listening to us talk about Boss Fest for a going to recap in and out. Y'all know going in and out. Or if y'all are, if you hear us okay, just give us a thumbs up in the chat. If it's some issues, just let us know. But back to what I was saying. So I do think that we did achieve the visuals for sure with what we were going for. I do hope some people were surprised when they walked in the room and we were able to show them something that they weren't expecting. I definitely wanted to achieve a wow factor. So hopefully that was accomplished.
I think it was. The speakers of the day, did amazing. Support staff was helping us out. It was just a wild day. Just a wild day.
I'm gonna take us back to Bossfest last year. So when we did this last year at the Armory, we were playing with the idea of having speakers. And shout out to our 3 speakers last year. We had Marius, we had Kimberly on there. I think Kim's on, Marius may be on. So shout out to you guys. But we actually had 3 speakers last year.
4.
4?
Yeah, 4, bro. Yeah, 4.
Oh shoot, and we also had Wicks. I'm sorry. I guess I'm tired too.
And Khadijah.
Yes, we had Khadijah too, and we had Wicks. We had 4
We had
speakers
4
last
speakers
year.
last year.
Don't-
You tired, boss?
I guess look, I'm talking crap about you, but I guess I am
You tired,
because
boss?
I look at that content all the time. So I appreciate you for correcting that. But shout out to those speakers last year. They're the, I guess, what do you call it? The forefront of what became Boss Fest this year. We really played in the space on how could we highlight those speakers a little more and like just give that more like legs, I guess you call it.
Sure.
Expand on what that is and hopefully give people some gems to start the fourth quarter and just be successful going into 2024. So that was our goal. And last year is what really started that for us.
No, 2022 was just
2020. We just not gonna get this right. 2022.
2022 for us.
Okay, I thought you was finna say 2023. Okay, my bad. Go ahead. Last year. Last year's podcast. I mean, last year's event. Yeah, we need to take a nap.
All right, so what I was trying to say is before I was so rudely interrupted.
You was rudely interrupted.
Rudely interrupted.
I said you was.
That 2022.
I was gonna do it again.
I know we was trying to test the waters on how the future of Boss Fest look. Using the space in the Armory, just kind of putting different things out there, knowing that we had something good, but the setup wasn't as inviting as we needed it to be. This year, shifting it towards the hotel, getting a much bigger space, creating a stage, creating a real inviting environment for the panelists to speak and feel like they really dropping gems and be able to truly capture that content in the light that needs to be done. I'm greatly impressed. I guess for me, man,
You finna say words?
No, bro, because you're gonna keep interrupting me.
I don't know. I was like on the edge of my seat, and you do like these long pauses, and I just don't be having time. So I mean,
then do you, bro? Do you?
Go ahead. You guess.
You
guess. We all waiting. You guess.
No, man. Listen, the event itself was great. Me, I like to pick out the things. Like, man, did that really happen? Like,
all right. Well, tell us something that was amazing for you.
Ain't no amazing. I'm still tripping about the hotel guests. Who showed up at the event want to cut a food, didn't get mad because they cutting the food. Like, bro, what? How did this happen? If y'all didn't see it, man, there was a chick walking around. She was cutting up, boy. She was cutting up. I don't know. I think she went to somebody's table. She like cleared their table 2 or 3 times. Like knocked everything. I said, man, what is going on over here? Then got mad because somebody was talking to her about her behavior. This just wild, man.
So I would say I'm not gonna give that particular thing too much energy.
Everything else was good, so that's why I gave it a little energy.
I mean, it's a hotel, so it's really kind of hard to control the full environment of a hotel because they have their own guests, and we definitely wanted to open it up to where the hotel guests could get a visual of not only the event but the vendors, because our whole basis is to support small business. So we didn't want to close that off. In a decision of doing that, then sometimes, you get people that may be tipsy or just enjoying life, and could be a hindrance. But I'm not gonna give it too much energy. I see we got Jasmine on. Hello, hello. Okay, so we're looking to attend next year. um I definitely feel like it was an event that if you missed, you missed out for sure.
All right, then. So I'll digress from that crap. What I'll say is this. So I knew Boss Fest was going to be challenging this year, um, just because of how the vision was played out and the collaboration over competition. It was a real thing for us, making sure that we achieved that mark. And having 3 hosts, I haven't been to any event, big or small, where I've seen actually 3 hosts like share like the stage and have equal.
And I will say personally, I was really impressed. Those ladies came together, they supported each other. I think maybe if there was a mark or so missed, they came together so well that no one else knew. I mean, it was just really a show of love between those hosts on the stage. So kudos to them.
You just gonna take my joy.
My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, bro, it's your show, man.
I'm gonna take a nap. Look,
man,
I'm
just
just go to
take-
sleep over
I
here.
was
I'm
on a
gonna
roll.
sleep.
I wasn't
Go ahead. I
pausing or
said
nothing,
go
then you gonna
ahead.
cut
Go-
me off. But
you
yeah,
take too long. Like, you know how like old people talk and they be like, well,
I'm preparing for my
I
later
don't know. I
years.
don't have time for that. I don't like.
Just a hater.
I really just want you to talk.
Just a hater. But
Hey, y'all.
right, the dynamic of having 3 hosts, and each one of these hosts having different personalities, they bring something different to the game. It was just a unique experience, and how they collabed and was able to bring the best out of each other.
You know what? I don't know how you made it through the panel of nonprofit. Like, they didn't have to wrap you up or like call a Sandman. I was just sitting here thinking, it took you a long time to say words.
I was tired. Listen,
were you tired then? Or are you tired right now?
I'm still tired
because
I'm tired, babe. All I'm saying is this: the
well, this podcast only go to 8:00.
Forget you.
So
the nonprofit panel was amazing. I know a lot of gems were dropped through that, and I'm still receiving phone calls today from different people saying, "Hey, I was in the room. Can you please let me know about this? Can you give me a little bit more information about this?" It was just a great thing.
So in the comments, we got a congratulations. Thank you so much. It says from the pics, the Facebook pics. They could tell it was awesome. Greatly appreciate it. Unique said, you did your thing. I'm gonna leave it at that.
You gonna leave it at that?
So congratulations. He said you definitely did your thing. All right, so we talked about just a couple of things that you thought went well. So as people, oh wait, let me read this next comment. Okay, so it says, listen, the nonprofit panel was it. Kev, you did well. Y'all really we cracked her up. So thank you.
That nonprofit panel was it.
I
think people thought that nonprofit panel was gonna be dry, but I'm telling you, man. Listen, we gave step by steps. Hey, go do
which
A,
is what we
B,
wanted.
C, D. Right, we ran that.
So people don't know a lot of things that happened in Bossfest was very, very strategic. Like sometimes you go to conferences and the people get to introduce themselves and they get to tell a little bit about them. We were strategic in that thought of not letting people introduce themselves because we didn't want a long background story. We put that on the website so that way, if you wanted a background, and it is still there. So if you went to Bossfest and you want to know anyone's background, you can visit on our website. It's www.boss-fest.com. And you can get the background for any panelist that was on the stage. But we didn't want to give the background information or give them a chance to give their own background for time's sake. We wanted it to be a stage full of gems and information and not a lot of fluff per se. We wanted to get down to business.
What you're saying is you wanted to tell them what was done, not hit them with a whole bunch of God did.
I'm not gonna hate a lot, but so everybody knows you go to a conference, right? And you think you're going there for, like some information. I've been to a lot of conferences, a lot of networking events, and I just tried to take things that I loved from them to incorporate. And one thing that I have to say, when I go to an event and it seems like it's a lot of time where people are just talking about what worked for them or their background to success. While that's wonderful and I appreciate, hearing their hardships, it doesn't personally help me. And what I wanted people to do was leave with something that could personally help their business. Because after all, we're talking about collaboration. So people at the bottom, as they say, compete, those at the top collaborate. And where we're trying to go, let's say Polk County, Central Florida areas, we're trying to all go to the top. So I wanted people to get those gems to help elevate them. We're in the fourth quarter. We're going to be going into 2024 soon. Let's get that information so we could all be successful. That was the whole thought process behind that.
And I think we achieved that. Did I get it?
Oh, I was scratching my lip. I was like, what are you talking
No,
about?
you hit me with it like I had something on me. Like,
oh my gosh, we're not on a date. I was not even.
I get it. Dang.
Oh my goodness.
No, but I was definitely impressed with all panels. The social media panel was gang dropped, gems dropped. Wicks on there dropping gems. Nicole, Marius, like people just dropping game on top of game to say, hey, if this was me, this is what I would do. Blase. It was just an amazing thing.
So we love the panelists. We definitely want to take time out to thank everyone from the sponsorships, the host, the people in the room, the vendors. Everyone collectively played a part for success. So now what I want to ask you is, what do you feel like could have been executed better? We don't need sound effects. Just go on
I don't know. It's
okay
for me. So give me a second to think about it. Since it's your question, what do you think?
So I definitely think some things could be executed better. I'm running it back in my head. So I'm spending a lot of time contemplating on the vendor section for me, because what I want is an event where everything's kind of moving at the same time. And if it's maybe a panel that is not your favorite, you can go visit the vendor or the content creation room. So I need to see that function better in my mind. So I definitely am going to spend some time trying to perfect the vendor section of the event.
I don't know, because the way we started off was, if people remember, we were supposed to be rooftop vendors. So if we would have kept that play, then the vendors technically would have been in a completely different section from the event itself. And it would have to me, after doing it, could have felt like two events.
Well, yeah, after we saw it play out, and what y'all really don't know is there were meeting after meeting. We went corporate people in this hotel trying to figure this out, because there were some issues behind what we wanted to see on the rooftop and what it was actually going to be. So we flipped the design of the event twice, almost. And the last design came maybe 2.5, 3 weeks before it actually played out.
Correct.
So, and that was just us doing that was in the best interest, we felt like, of our vendors, to make sure everyone had a good experience. But yeah, the rooftop thing didn't happen. And now that I see it, I don't think we can ever go back to a design with a rooftop, unless I just made that be the networking mixer at the end. I don't know.
It depends, but I'm glad we was able to get the vendors downstairs. I was glad the hotel was allowed us the space to take over their complete lobby area by their bar, take over the bar. We was able to put the food vendors in a bar setup, so it attracted.
So you're explaining the event. I just want to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Don't die.
I'm gonna die.
I want you to answer the question.
What was the question again?
The question was, now that you talked about what was well, what could we improve? That's the question. You dodging it, like we playing dodgeball here. I want you to answer that.
I don't know. Maybe location. I think when we walked into it, we felt like that was going to be enough space, and people surprised the hell out of us. And we realized, man, you know what? While this space is good, we might have already outgrown it in that moment.
So do you think if you change the location that you now have to remind people about Bossfest? Like, do you think the location matters when you're talking about going into 2024?
I don't. I think Boss Fest now has gotten legs and is moving, and the energy people seeing from it. Last year people saw more or less vendor stuff. This year they're seeing the speakers, they seen the design of the speaker area, the content creation room, the VIP lounge, the vendor area. So I think it has its own legs now. Right now it's up to us to decide if we're gonna stay there, we're gonna find a bigger space, or what we're gonna do. I just believe that to give the max value, we may need to try a new location.
It's possible.
But that's another.
So I want to ask the people in the chat, if you went to Bossfest, put a number 1 in the chat. I do see why we're putting a number 1 in the chat. There's a comment. It says people now know the name, so they'll go where it's located. So great call out. But if you were able to attend Bossfest, put a number 1 in the chat. All right, so I see right now, I see 2 number 1s in the chat. So I'm gonna ask those of you that have commented so far that were actually at Bossfest. Okay, so I got 3 number 1s. What did you all think about the event? So the good, the bad, and the ugly of Bossfest is what we're doing here.
You got a comment? You gonna read it?
Dang, I'm not the only person who can read.
Man, your reading is better than mine.
I know, it's that Winter Haven, ain't it? Ain't no. All right, so it says, I think this year definitely put the word out, and once the content drops, I can actually say that the attendance for next year will double. So I can agree. I think people didn't know what to expect from this year's event, and we didn't have, I'll call it, the right type of content for last year to kind of give you a feel of what you were looking for. And as it stands right now, we're kind of letting social media like tell the story for us right now, because so many people are sharing. So we haven't had to drop anything. But I definitely think next year the story people will be able to see what it is. You trying to tell me to read the next comment?
No, babe, I'm here.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Winterhaven. Go ahead.
No, I'm not reading no comments.
Oh, you're not reading the comment.
No.
Okay, so this says it was nice. I learned a lot and met a lot of people. So, and that's really what the point was, to learn a lot and meet people.
No, that was the game. And I'm excited for so I'll take this moment right now and I will give a special thank you to my wife.
Oh, to me? I thought you was about to, okay.
And no, to you and the hard work that she does behind the scenes for this event. There's a lot of people who've helped make this thing great. We're going to name them on social media how we need to, because you forget somebody's name by accident, and then it's just
we don't want no trouble.
We don't want no trouble. We don't want no trouble. So we're gonna make sure we get
just so y'all know, we trying to stay away from all the smoke.
We don't want no drama. But when my wife had this vision for this, it's always kind of adapted and evolved each year. And as we were going through 2023, we was already working towards 2024. And I just want to thank you for being the creator that you are.
I got to ask you, were you meaning 2022 to 2023? No, or did you really mean 2023 to 2024? Okay, I don't know. I just want to know. Okay, go ahead.
We understood what 2022 was. Right?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
Small. So if anybody, you probably won't see too much content of that because it was challenging. It was 2022 had good information, but it had bad content just because of the setup of the room and the space and stuff like that. So a lot of that stuff, a lot of content we couldn't really use because people walking through shots, sound quality.
I mean, great. I think the interesting thing to say to people is
for what we thought it could be.
I'm trying to cut you off.
I know you're trying to cut me off.
Let me do that.
No.
Let me cut you off.
Cut me off.
Dang it. I'm trying to say, I think the important piece of that is people are growing with Bossfest. So if they saw it last year, they saw it evolve, and they'll see another evolution of Bossfest as we go into 2024. I think as business owners, we tend to see that with people as they start a business and they start to level up. You get to see that. So those people who have rocked with us since the beginning, I think it's important to say we appreciate that because we haven't had it all together. and they get to watch us grow as we start understanding and developing this thing.
Like a real business, does. Like the first year, in business, you're just trying to figure it out. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, and you got to learn from them. The second year in business, you're going to continue making mistakes, but you at least have adapted and learned from those. So for our third year, we've made less mistakes, but there were still some things that we believe can be better, and we're going to fix and perfect those for 2024. But there's going to be new challenges that arrive, and we're ready to meet them head on and adapt and become great.
Well said, just like a CEO. Well said, well said.
I will say this. I am excited about the energy that we're getting already. The fact that panelists from this year have already reached out and said, man, lock me in for 2024. And people who want to see us be great and successful is already reaching out and giving us ideas on marketing, giving us ideas for, better ways to streamline certain stuff. And it's just amazing that type of
That's
energy.
really exciting. Yeah.
Like we haven't had that, like right after the event. People, Facebook does what it does. People put out their pictures and their content. People say, ooh, wow, it looks great. I love it. But last year after the event, nobody reached out and said, all right, man, I saw what you did. I love it. I want to be a part of it again next year.
That's not true, because Weeks was like, he left that room and he said,
fair enough,
I don't care what y'all move, however
Wicks.
y'all moving, I'm moving too. So I can't say that didn't happen last year, but I understand what you're saying.
OMG Wicks is riding. He rode 2022. He said, I want it for 2023. And
lock him in for 2024.
And lock him in for 2024 with some other people. So I'm definitely excited for that.
Yes. I'll tell y'all, it's weird. Like, people tell stories and they're like, man, something stays on my mind and I just can't shake it. That's what Bossfest is for me. Like, it stays on my mind and I change the idea and I just can't shake like whatever it is. So I definitely feel like however we're coming with the panels, it's going to be different, because my mind that's where I am with it. I want something different. Like, I want people to be like, dang, we doing that in Polk County? And we are.
I think we're finna make Polk County great. Gonna give me a hat that says.
No, let's not. So, and then, like, we had an episode like not so many weeks back where we were talking about collaborating in Polk County and people coming together. And so now compare that to what you've seen at Bossfest. Does that change your mind about the conversation that you had about the collaborations that you experienced in Polk County?
Bossfest gave me hope for working with different people in Polk County. I was even impressed to see on social media that some of the panelists from different panels were getting together before the event, linking up, having conversations, pre-gaming, things like that. They're like, man, we getting ready for Bossfest. Somebody part of the real estate panel, part of the event space panel, different things. They was linking up with other people, and they was like, man, we trying to make sure we do it. We look our part.
Alexis agrees with you.
Having T-Faye show up the night before as we were getting ready, and T-Faye had seen the event as a spectator for 2022. And when she walked in the door to see it for 2023, she's like, oh my God. Like, in her mind, she was like, man, I don't even know if I prepared myself for this. Like, I may have to change my outfit. I might have to bring the red bottoms out. Like just the energy that she felt when she walked into the room, that T-Faye was like, man, I gotta step it up now, because I thought I knew what I was getting myself into. I know that I gotta bring it even harder than I knew I was gonna do it. And sure enough, came and showed out.
So I was reading this comment from Tiffany. She says, oh, I can only read it if I can see it.
I didn't. Hold on, let me go back. Which comment?
You just read it.
Which one?
It's the one from Tiffany.
I'm sorry. There you go.
I still can't see it. So you can just read it. We're going to test that Winter Haven education. Y'all see he's scared. He's nervous. Read the comment.
I remember meeting y'all at a Bridge local event. Awesome to see y'all killing it out here. Congratulations on Bossfest. Love to see things like this.
Oh, because I was going to be like, event.
What'd I say?
You said event. I just was going to throw you off and make you think you didn't. So then Beverly said this was an experience Polk County needs. Boss Fest, the business convention was everything. Should have made it be a business
We done
convention.
made it a convention. Oh, Jesus.
But I appreciate all the good things that y'all are saying. I definitely think in my mind there's some tweaks, but the type of person that I am, it's never going to be perfect for me. I wish I could be like, man, everything was just good. I'm always going to try to improve.
Nothing is ever good for you, which is good and bad. So let me explain something to y'all out there. People who don't personally know my wife, she is a great, loving, compassionate, caring
I'm glad you led with that. I'm glad you led with that.
individual, but she is extremely hard to please.
Wow.
Extremely. And it's not like she's
That's not true.
It is like even like
This is fake news.
That's not fake. Like you sometimes you like even with yourself, like you'll walk into an event and be like, man, you can do everything possible for it to be success. And the little things that no one even knows about that pops up, you take ownership of it as if like, man, why didn't I see that happen? And I'm like, nobody could.
Okay. See, Alexis, she changed the conversation. She said that my outfit was everything. Thank you.
Don't be changing my
Yes, because you're giving fake news. I don't want to hear
giving
it.
fake news. I'm telling you, like, you need to take credit in the greatness of the event. I want you to sit back and be like, you know what? I did something great. We did something great. This was good. Sometimes what happens in these processes, you be going through it, like, man, I don't know. And I think you doubt what you created or what's being created.
No, so that's not true at all. So I guess
to me,
I'm going to
I'm
explain.
the person that's right beside you and hear you talk. So go ahead, explain.
Yes. So the person sitting right beside me, I have a vision, and it just irritates my soul when the vision is not coming together exactly how I envisioned it. So that means that I looked and this is the walkthrough. This is what people are supposed to do. This is when it's supposed to start. This is how it's supposed to look. All of that I've already seen over and over in my head. And if you mess up the vision, I don't like it. So I am my hardest critic. So I always look at something that I do, whether it's Boss Fest or just something in business, and say, how could I be better? And that's just always been the type of person I am, whether we're talking about being a boss and running a team. It's always, how can I be better? So I keep learning and keep trying to level up. But yes, I'm never going to be like, you'll never need to do nothing else. Like, that was 100% good. We're going to sit back and chill. That's not the individual that I am.
I know. And all I'm asking you to do is to actually embrace the 80-20 rule, right? Take a second, look at the 80% that was done right, call that out first. Then we can go back and dissect the 20%.
Now that part I'll give you. So 100%, I'm a 20-80 person.
You're a 20-80 person.
Yes, I am.
And you'll heart the hell out of the 20, as if like the 80.
Because I want you to get that 20 together. Like, why can't we be 100%? Like, shoot for 100. Maybe we get to 90 next time, but I'm gonna look at a 20. Yeah, that 80 was a good job, but we need to get closer to that mark. So yes, I'm gonna hand you that. I'm a 20-80 person.
Maybe that's a Gemini trait. Oh,
that's not, but we're not gonna even like go on the Gemini type. We're just not gonna do that. I want to say, I think even when you were able to look at the venue and see it, I want to say I feel like you were surprised when it came together. Maybe not because you had to carry half of the stuff in, but you know.
So I won't say that. When I looked at the venue, I knew that you're working behind the scene with different different people to create a look. And within that look, I knew for a fact that it was going to be something great. I didn't know how great it would be. I knew it would be great. But right, when I walked into that venue Saturday evening, trying to get everything situated, I was like, wow, I am impressed. Because we went from, is any of this stuff going to fit? How the table's going to look? Is how we going to play this out, to having to go up to the hotel 2-3 days before the event to retouch up stuff, move stuff around, and then walking that.
You know what? Let me add that, because you are also a freak out person. My husband was like, we're 2 or 3 days in the event. He's like, oh no, the design not gonna work. The hotel said it's not gonna fit. And I said, I don't care what they say, it's gonna work. But you were like being like a bridezilla at the last second.
I wasn't being a bridezilla. All I'm doing is taking the information that's given to me, relaying it
And
to
you were
you,
freaking out.
relaying it to you, and realizing, all right, man, they're saying this type of setup may not work. We need to go up here and look because I don't think this is true, but we may take a look at it. You was like, they're gonna make it work. Like, wait a minute, what? They're gonna make it work.
You act like I did my head and everything like that. You weren't
head.
even with me. What are you talking about?
You did your head and everything, man. We had to pull up there. We had to go look around.
We didn't have to do that. You decided to do that.
Because when whatever we did Thursday was the layout for the table set up for the event. But if we wouldn't have went up there on Thursday and did that and kind of played with it and realized, okay, we're good, then that would have been something that would have been on our mind. We would have been focused on that crap. So yes, it was needed to go up there. So you should thank me for panicking and going up there and handle it with the boys. We went up there and handled it.
He was a bridezilla, and there was no need to go there on Thursday. I'm not going to side on that.
Bossfest was pretty much a damn wedding between all the intricate changing pieces and shit.
So Unique says you need a media team in the future. That was a borderline broadcast Sunday. I thought we had a media team. So I guess you'd have to explain to me what your version of a media team is. I think we had quite a few shooters in the room and, 2 videographers. So maybe I don't understand. I do want to give.
I think we had a lot of different people to capture content, but it was more or less on individual levels. Maybe
yes, it was.
So maybe we need to focus on them people collaborating to create the best possible.
Oh, we got Sierra. Hey, friend, now at 8:00, Chat with China starts. Y'all go catch my friend Sierra. She's gonna be on Chat with China. Oh, there is so she said Bossfest was amazing, and I missed the comment. Now you're gonna have to read that.
Gotcha. All right, so
okay, so this is some feedback. Can you read it? Are you gonna see it? Come on now.
It says I would have liked for the vendors to start on time.
It says I would like for the speakers to start on time. I was worried that the event was going to conflict with my evening schedule. I ended up leaving. Overall, I met some amazing women, gained much insight, and plan on attending future events. So I definitely appreciate that. I thank you for attending. We definitely did have some complications at the beginning, so I will side with that. I would like to see my program start on time when I expect it to start. And Kevin's only looking at me because it's a sore spot, but we'll move on.
How you do that to me, Vanessa? Come on. Man, I had already got beat for this. I thought I was past that.
It's the 2080 rule. So exactly, if you have a program and it says we're starting, like I'm walking down at 11:45. I got a TV that says I got a program that says that's when I want it to happen. When I say I want hosts come out at 11:30, boom. Let's have hosts come out at 11:30. I agree with the statement. So overall, like Sierra says, the event was amazing. And I definitely think that we'll just add that to, how we move and improve for next year.
Absolutely. What else you got? Because I'm trying to avoid these whoopings.
You literally asked, like, that's what this whole show is. It's for feedback. So you have to take the good with the bad. I don't know why you're acting like you're gonna get beat.
Because you be beating me.
Don't do that. So this says it was my first time and I really enjoyed it. I really appreciate that. I really am thinking about 2024 and I want to do something digital, and I feel like a headliner of some sort. Like,
I want a headliner playing in digital space. We definitely would need a media team, a production team. We go digital.
So the one thing that I'm really worried about is because my ideas are, I guess in my mind, my ideas are large, but is Polk County going to show out? Because these events aren't cheap to put on. And it's not like we have a few sponsors and we've had a lot of people to donate services. So I definitely appreciate that. Stop blinking. And the majority of Bossfest does come from us personally. So if we're going to elevate this event, the question would be would people come out for it? Stop blinking.
I have to blink. It's a natural reaction.
Okay.
Damn, why are you attacking me? That's a little no, so we're not, listen, for anybody out there, we're not going to downgrade our event. We're always going to try to maximize it. We're going to push harder each time, each year. And the question was, and it was a serious question for us, do we keep the event in Polk County or do we change the market and go somewhere else? What I think I think a lot of people have come to us and said, man, we finna touch on gold here. Don't move it. Keep it here. Y'all playing in a space that's unique to this area. And if you leave, then somebody could try to replicate it and build off what y'all go. I'm like, no, we here. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna figure out the right space, the right setup. I think we're gonna make Polk County the home. We may change up the format. This year we had 4 panel speakers. Next year it may be a true headliner, somebody that we know we invest a few grand in to come in and speak, that's dropping real game. Somebody that's gonna put like bodies in the seat.
So I agree. I know Unique's comment. So like once so many people comment, I can no longer see it, but I'm just going to simplify. And I'm not trying to like close my one eye and like read it because I don't want people to think that I need glasses because I'm still in my 30s. So anyway, what he's saying is yes, they could do meetings with the media team and hand out roles so everyone can understand the flow. I think that's a good call out. Alexa says the event was nice. So she like stopped talking about like the downside because she already told us 4 or 5 times that it was good. And
no, we agreed that the event was nice, but you can always improve.
Clearly, that's what I said. I'm the 20/80 person.
Right, but I just want you to start with the 80 first.
I mean, but we did today. We talked about overall, like, I think everything in the visual was good. Y'all, I want to see the content creation room do a little bit more. I really want to see us elaborate on the HBCUs. I want people to be able to come in their business shirts and really have different content. Because for us, like content is hard for us in our businesses. And I would like to not only help myself, but help others with the content creation room. So I want to expand on that. I think we could do something there.
So the content creation space, like for people who really didn't get to see that, that was an amazing space. Photobomb, the Cutout Queen, Rent for the Event. Listen, they did their thing. Like I was extremely happy with the professionalism of these companies. I'm gonna speak for Rent for the Event. Like from the moment people walked in the room, they was engaging, they was giving energy, they was inviting people to kind of play on it and bring different energy. It was a great thing. The Cutout Queen, listen, I think she got about 3 or 4 different business contacts, people trying to work with her. I know because she made all of her stuff. If you've seen it, the Barbie scene, the different stuff, like she makes this stuff. And I know she told us, like, I got 2, 3 contacts that I got to make some stuff for now. That's amazing. And that's what the importance of that event was, for people to do their thing. And Photobombs, they came and created the event space scenes. She got her event over there in Brandon.
Her business, yeah.
Her business in Brandon. Y'all go check that out. Like those scenes coming together, doing something amazing. It was just a good look. But I definitely want to elevate that times 10.
So Alexa said, be careful when you're hiring a big speaker because some of the big speakers can't speak. Anybody that we hire, they will have our seal of approval, like for sure, not just a random speaker. Because we have a few coaches that we actually like mess with. So I guess we would start there if that's something we're going to do. I can't read that. So you have to read it.
All right, being very transparent. I have no idea what Bossfest is. I actually reached out to Z and asked her about it. I believe once people understood its purpose, people would show up. And you know what? That's a great topic, a great comment. One of the panelists who was up there, they spoke to us after the event and they said, listen, our marketing material behind it really didn't tell the story behind
But we
it.
didn't have the content to tell the story. So
We didn't have the content to truly tell the story. This year now we're going to have the content. So when we drop it for 2024, people are going to have a better idea of what Boss Fest truly is. So it's going to attract more bodies, put more seats in the room, things like that.
You just looked at me like, for what?
I was done talking.
Oh, okay.
You tell me stop talking so long.
Because you just say like a lot of filler words. Like
I stopped.
You're not really on the panel right now. Like you be like, and like I said, and it was, and y'all understand. And I just be like,
why are you looking at me crazy? I got it.
I wasn't really looking at you. I was, like when you're thinking, so you're not like looking at the person. Anyway, let's move on. So the next comment says the 360 photo operator, the lady knew her stuff. Oh yes. So she's agreeing with you about how awesome she was. She really was awesome and prepared. Like it was a good time in there. So obviously we need her to come back. Oh, Wix is in the room. What's going on? We're doing a little run through of Boss Fest.
Yeah, man. Wix, she been on my neck, man.
I have not been.
I've had to blink twice on the podcast and give the safety symbol.
You haven't,
so that people can come protect me, man. She been on my neck.
But I just think the content, like that is our biggest thing, and we knew going into this year that was our biggest hurdle, is that we didn't have content to show people what Boss Fest was, because we couldn't refer to last year because we had some issues as far as like some of the content that we were able to put out. So we wanted to have several shooters in the room this year, which is why we had the 2 videographers, the 2 photographers in the room, because we wanted enough content to be able to tell the story, because we knew that was a fail, I'll call it, from last year.
Right. But no, we didn't put them people to be successful last year. And that was,
I mean, it's a part of knowledge. I'm not saying that it was.
No, sometimes when you hear certain things like, man, we didn't get good content, it's because the space that we was playing in, we didn't understand the challenges when we was putting people in those roles. And now that we understood them and got better knowledge of it, we was able to correct that. So that way this content should be hit. And I believe it's going to be fire.
I think my husband should run for like an office or something.
I am going to run for office.
Is there a seat open somewhere that y'all can put him in? Because he speaks very political. And I'm just going to tell y'all like it is. But he is going, I said, or you could be a preacher. You could do that too.
So you're saying I'm full of shit? And I should either be a preacher or a politician. So what you saying is that...
I'm sorry. That was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, you know my dad. Who the hell is this? Listen,
but that is hilarious.
Forget both of y'all.
Yes, because you're very political about it. When I'm like, it just is, it is what it is. So obviously we've already said that we're learning and we're going to grow. So we didn't have the content. We knew that was a thing when we first started the marketing behind this. This year we did a promotional video in hopes to at least let people hear our voice, to kind of like give them an idea of what the event is. But we definitely knew that was our biggest hurdle, to get people to understand what Boss Fest is.
So 2024. You said,
oh, come on, Macy. Sorry.
So 2024. So you said you thinking about a speaker. What speakers out there would you think about?
Oh, I'm not going to do that with you. Next question. I just think it'll be somebody who I follow and like has helped me level up in my business. That's basically what I can tell you. I'm just thinking that I like to mix it up instead of it being panel, maybe a speaker. I'm almost thinking maybe I should lead with something mindset a little bit.
So open up with mindset. I like that.
I'm not saying that panels are off the table, because I like people listening to community leaders and getting help from people that they could touch, because we've even had people like call you. You know what I mean? Like if it's someone local and I can see you somewhere and say, hey, I heard what you said. Can I ask you this? Then I think that's important. So I don't want to like remove us from that lane, but I'm thinking about mixing it up. So it's not like, another panel. Just kind of give it, a little shake up. Keep hitting this one.
You do. All right. So if you did another panel, do you know what you would do next year?
I'm just looking at panels that will help people like level up. Like if you're thinking of going into business, what's something that could be easy to go into business or that people don't think about making a lot of money. So I can't say that I know the panels now because I barely even got sleep from last Boss Fest. So I can't tell you that, but I'm definitely thinking of how do we shake it up and incorporate different people into these panels.
So we did a nonprofit panel. So we create the for-profit panel.
Seriously, the for-profit panel?
Yeah, man, you know, for-profit.
I'm gonna pass on that one because that's like everybody.
Yeah,
So
but don't mean everybody know how to
no.
set up their business.
Right. So everyone, so like Kendra's saying a finance panel, but I wouldn't do a for-profit panel. I will say what I'm thinking, and I want to make sure this doesn't come off like a dig. I don't want the panels to be so easy that you could hear them at any conference. So if someone's going to talk about, hey, this is how you get your LLC and put your business on Google and then get a website, then I mean, I definitely advise anyone to check out any masterclass that's going on Facebook or it's wherever there are. People are doing masterclasses all over about how to set up your business, and a lot of them are free. So I would definitely just say if I knew someone that was doing it, I would actually plug them in right now. But the point is, find one of those people and help them get you started. That's not what I would do for a panel, though.
I got you. I'm gonna walk away from that one. I don't want no smoke.
This one says a suggestion, people with strategies. Like it's very important to I want people to get game, not like level 1 game. Like I want you to level up. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so your strategy is that listen, these are people that's business owners, they potential business owners. They know something, but they might be missing these little steps that can help tweak and make their business successful. You want to create those panels or those spaces where it's like, all right, you already doing this, but have you thought about doing this to elevate it?
Yes.
I got you, babe.
Like even in the nonprofit panel, not to take anything away from that, but I would like to have said like, should everyone have a nonprofit? Let's talk about it. And what's the purpose? So, I mean, I think those are different things like we could have like branched into, but I know it's a time crunch too. But those different things. So the panelists were great and they talked about their why and their whatever. But sometimes you can like go into the financial benefits of why you have a nonprofit. And there's just so many more avenues that we could explore, I guess.
There's a whole lot more tax cuts and benefits for having a nonprofit business linked to things. So, and as my wife is saying, should every business think about incorporating a nonprofit business somewhere within their structure? Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you're going to help the community, let's just not play in the nonprofit. But
well, the whole point of nonprofit is 6 categories. You got to find the one that works. If you ain't doing nothing with education, religion, and the rest of it is helping people. So you got to set it up right.
But I'm just basically saying like there's those type of things that people could learn, and I just want them to leave with something that they're like, oh, this opened my eyes to this. So I mean, as we discuss and figure out what panels or who we bring on, that's my why. Like, how do I help people is why I'm going to be doing this, and that's what I keep at the forefront of that. Like, what do I think is going to help people the most?
All right, so pretty much what I get from this is, because normally what happens after we do these events, we go back, we go into our think tanks, and we're like, man, are we even gonna do this again? Was it worth it?
I quit every year. I'm gonna be hands down honest. Every time I quit.
She quits every year. This year it was no quit. It was
I did quit.
When did you quit?
So it was time to break stuff
down. You quit Sunday?
Yes, I quit
Sunday. You quit Sunday after the event?
Yeah, I was tired, and then we still had to pack up the truck. Man, I quit. I ain't doing this.
The event was over.
I understand, but I'm just letting you know, like, there needs to be a pack up team, and I can't be the team. That's crazy. So I quit Sunday, and then by Monday morning, you were like, "There's no quitting for you. So figure it out and keep moving."
You mean Sunday before or Sunday after? What Sunday we talking?
I'm telling you, today is Wednesday. Right. I quit on Sunday.
Right.
So Bossfest had wrapped up, right, and I quit.
You quit just because you had to clean up.
That's not what I'm saying. You're making that to be a smaller issue. All I'm saying is I quit.
You said the event was over,
and I come back.
You said the event was over, right? And now
why are you trying to dissect what I said?
It was over and you quit. I just don't understand the quit then.
I mean, I quit a couple times before, but those weren't real quits. There's like y'all get on my nerves, but I quit.
But you really quit when you had to clean up.
Let's move on.
We're gonna move on because this is some bull.
Let's just move on.
So
I'm trying to understand Krista's comment. She said, Kenja, yes, because we didn't know what to do. She was amazing. Okay, Kenja finance panel. Okay, so I'm assuming someone was so helpful on the finance panel, so we need to run it back. That's what I'm getting from that, Krista. If I'm wrong, just let me know.
There was a finance panel?
No, there wasn't a finance panel. It was a real estate panel, but they went into some.
But they did talk about a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, come on now.
Listen, I couldn't capture everything. I had to deal with crazy people in the hotel.
But at least you should know the panels.
You're
going to get fired from Bossfest is what's going to happen.
Let me start blinking again so people can come help me.
Oh my goodness. No one wants to help you anyways.
That's crazy.
I thought you were about to like summarize, so I was waiting. You just looking at me crazy.
You do the summaries.
You said in summary. Like, am I the only person I heard you say that? You said in summary.
No, I said so to wrap this up.
Well, either way, same difference.
Because we agree, Bossfest 2024, we all in. We all in?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yes.
You seem concerned. Like,
no, I'm not concerned.
We doing it.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
In Polk County?
We're gonna do it
in Polk County.
I don't like to make promises that I think we're going to do it in Polk County.
Give me a percentage right now.
Oh, they were talking about the photo lady. I was so wrong. They were talking about the photo lady.
Stay out the comments then.
Yeah, for real. Because I was just so wrong. And like, y'all, Kevin got the screen so far back. I feel like I need my old lady reading glasses. I just can't do it with him today.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But I gave her the big screen and she didn't want it. She wanted the small.
I want it's important. As Alexa said, I looked good in my outfit. So it's important to me on how the visuals are. So, you know. But they were talking about the photo lady. She didn't really get to hear any panels. So Krista was running the Bossfest merch table, which is also something that I feel like we need to focus on, because I don't think people really understood what that was. And we just got to focus on that. I'm just going to leave it there.
So we need to create some real booths for our stuff.
Not necessarily real booths, but people need to understand what it is. Lamar's so late.
You late. It is over, sir. Talking about you late.
But what's up though?
What's up?
So I definitely think the merch table, I just want to play with some ideas about that, I guess I can say. But she said she didn't get to really see any panels. She heard people talking, I guess, in the library.
In the lobby.
Does it say library or does it say?
She corrected it underneath. She said lobby.
Well, I didn't make it to underneath. And now the comment is gone, so I can't even see it. The point is, I guess she heard some people talking and it was good. So
got it. So running 2024. Maybe Polk County and incorporating panels plus trying to look at the main speaker. That's where we at so far.
So, I mean, we'll definitely keep you updated. Obviously, we're just coming off the high of Bossfest, so there will be, just stay tuned. We have a year of throwing content out there and ideas. This podcast will happen still every week, so you'll get to hear us live and hear those ideas as we speak to guest speakers and, you know, go back and forth kind of what we're thinking. Because I could wake up tomorrow and decide to do something completely different. So I don't want to, like, you know, put myself in a little box.
Got it. We're not putting you in a box.
Yeah, don't put me in a box.
You want to close this out?
So I think in closing, people think overall the event was went well. It was a nice event. Obviously we know there are some takeaways.
Show over. Turn yourself on. G shit.
They still see us.
The only way I can do that is if I unplug that one.
Well, then unplug it, because that's better.
Oh, man. See. It went dead.
Oh, Kendra said she can hear us now.
Because I had to unplug something. She's hearing us through here. There you go.
Yo, man, I thought I wasn't going to get a sound guy too much, and here we are again.
Man, it's 8 o'clock. You should have ended it.
You were doing so well. We made it to 8:01.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Don't be screaming at me. You the sound guy. All you do is fix the sound. That's all you do. I don't even remember the question no more.
It don't matter. Close out the show.
No, I want to know. I want to go back to the question. Oh, wait. Okay, so he was saying the thing about if you only knew how much money, you might divorce me. So if people watch the podcast, we talk about divorce a lot. We've been together now, I don't know how many years. I really can't count, but it's been a lot of them. And we haven't gotten divorced yet, so I don't think it's happening. But we do kind of joke with each other about that. But the realness in that is Kevin really does not know how much money we've probably spent in trying to get our businesses going, investing in whether it's a coach or thinking this is the right move to make in business. That's just something that comes along with business. Kevin, I'll call him a Capricorn, but he's very about the money, and I'm all about the idea. So somewhere we have to meet in the middle. And when we don't, I still make a play. So he honestly doesn't necessarily know how much money like gets thrown out there to try to make things successful.
No, I understand how much money is being thrown out there. I just believe in my wife, and I want to support her in her vision and what we got going on. Even if I got to sometimes do it kicking and screaming, I want to be a support for you. So it's over. No sound. I told you to wrap this up. Don't be mad at me.
That shit really, like, I don't understand.
It went dead. Oh, he froze. So maybe because of the froze and then the sound. So wrap it up and stop talking.
Y'all, he's sleeping on the couch now. Like Lamar, I know you can hear us. Kevin's getting on my nerves.
Hey, y'all, it's been a great night. The dang thing did. I ain't finna keep fighting with this sound stuff.
I got gems that I'm trying to drop and tell people about the stuff while you trying to close the show.
If they can hear you, go ahead.
All right. I guess we're not going to get to the last question. If y'all do have any personal questions, inbox us. Until then, we will see y'all next Wednesday, same time at 7. Peace.